That's right, my demons and demonettes. This is the first Reapers Underground out from under Three Witches Entertainment. And we will be dropping some more news, some hints here later this week under our new brand, as we have chosen to rebrand and repurpose a few things, adding some new faces, some new programming, and we'll probably talk a little bit about that later, since I got my brother Maurice McCoy Jr. in the house. FlashTainment LLC,
Yes,
producer and director of the upcoming Multiverse of Jason, Friday the 13th fan film, and we got loads to talk to you all about. But before we get into that, let's take a quick commercial break to our brothers and sisters in the Villain Arts Tattoo Conventions. Check it out. That's right. It is more than just tattoo life. It is a lifestyle. It is a family. These tattoo conventions are filled with the most awesome tattoo artists. Honestly,
over 1,000
anywhere. Yes, yes. And unfortunately, we will not be going to Kansas City in the month of May, because we are going to the Rocky Mountain Nightmare Horror Con in Denver.
The same weekend?
It's not the same weekend. I don't. Oh, never mind. It's the same weekend.
I was supposed to be going. Yeah.
It's the 12th, 13th, and 14th down there in Denver. Reaper and Mischief will be there in all our unholy glory. So come down, check out what we got, get a picture, get some shit signed, hang out with us. That's what we're looking forward to. But nonetheless, though, definitely check out the next tattoo convention as it comes to your town. All right, we are here to talk about this amazing production coming up, as known as the Multiverse of Jason.
Yes,
that's right. Currently, y'all have a GoFundMe going for some pre-production costs. So, first of all, how you doing?
Well, it has been a long day. Being in the windy city. So a long, windy, but yet, windy. Summer, spring, fall, all in one day today.
Yeah, we can concur with that here in Nebraska, as it's been quite the wind fest as well. We went from skipping spring to summer. Then we fell into what kind of felt like a fall for a second, like 47 degrees. And then now we're back to the 70-degree weather. So Mother Nature, please work with us. We love you and appreciate you.
I think Mother Nature has other plans for us now. I guess we're, outside of not the equinox. What is it? Whatever.
We're currently in the spring
with
equinox.
the climate change, it is like just throwing off the spring season that we're supposed to be in.
Correct. Hey, what's happening? My brother John, who's having surgery on Thursday. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, that is us, poor Abu fuckers. You betcha.
It sucks to be in Chicago right now.
Oh, he recanted. He meant peak, not poor Abu.
Well, poor Abu also works because it's poor weather we're having here this week.
Oh, for sure. And you've been a busy bee yourself. We're here to talk about the multiverse of Jason and all the updates that we got for everybody out there in Reaper land, as well as FlashTainment fans. So let's just jump right into it. First, let's take a quick look here at some of the talent that is going into this film. This is just a few of some of the main characters, as well as myself, even though it's a bit smaller of a part, but still important.
Wait, he's at the bottom. Why?
I feel like, you have three great guys that are playing the different Jason Voorhees from the different time periods. Not to mention adding Beatrice. I always say
Beatrice
her.
Bopel.
Thank you. You do a better job at that than I do. I was going to say Bo Apple.
I've been corrected
on
that one a lot.
And the addition of Bugsy.
Oh, yes.
So why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about the cast and what's going on with that?
Okay. Well, for one, we do have a slight change with one of the Jason cast members. That being the retro Jason. The guy who you had up earlier, that was Andrew Schultz, who is no longer part of the production. He's been recasted. He's been replaced with another guy, Matthew Borisov, who is playing retro Jason and Tristan Voorhees. No pun intended. No pun intended that he is related to Jason Voorhees. He just has the last name of a Voorhees because guess what? Voorhees is anybody's last name.
Yep, nothing wrong with that. Shoot, it's made for him.
He has the bill for bringing the heat as Tristan Voorhees and retro Jason.
That is so important. I was actually just earlier kind of looking through different photos of all the different Jasons throughout that period of time in the franchise leading up to part 8 and stuff like that. The build has steadily gotten bigger strumpf guys. So I would say, that's pretty important. I mean, you take somebody like Kane Hodder, who's, the man is still huge, still fit,
absolutely.
As well as, CJ Graham. He is still incredibly fit and big. So,
well, I'm pretty sure if New Line Cinema or Paramount wanted to reach out to him to play Jason in the upcoming actual production film, he wouldn't hesitate not to do it.
Oh, most definitely. Especially since he was in the most recent fan film, Vengeance Part 2.
Yes.
And I felt like he stole the show for a minute, and he was actually able to play in a small scene the Jason that he played, which was, I believe, Part 6.
Definitely Part 6 and Vengeance Part 2. Yeah. The little homage and cameo to him, his younger self playing Jason Voorhees. I felt like that was a real nice, honorable tribute that Jason Brooks did for that one.
Agreed. Ari Lehman and Kane were definitely two of the best Jasons. I mean, everybody has their favorites. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, that's the question that I've been asked a lot. Who is your favorite Jason? And now, since the topic has been brought up, who is your favorite Jason?
And that's a question we're also posing to everybody out there in Reaper's Land. Honestly, for me, I got to go with Kane. Kane brought ferocity to like a whole new level. Anything from his, any of the kills that he's done. What's up, Kyler? Good to see you, brother. Nope, that's okay. That's all right. You found your rum. So we will definitely cling together, my brother.
Well, you guys cling. I'll be, quenching the thirst with the Gatorade because got to work tonight, unfortunately.
You know what? That's okay. Yeah, we can't have that. So just since you just joined us, Kyler, we've posed the question, who is your favorite version of Jason, as in who played him? For me, like I said, Kane Hodder is an inspiration to all us big guys that, probably tried to go for different roles throughout time. Never got picked for those roles because we were too big, that kind of thing, because I'm a bigger guy myself.
And that's exactly where I come in at. That's where I come in at, because, for a lot of these Friday the 13th films, from what I've understood from them growing up watching them, is that we've never really seen our own kind in the film. There's always the athletic fit or the petite fit, the jock fit, but never, anyone besides Larry Zerner. There's been no one who's been like, of the obese weight, or of the, the black skin tone, the brown skin tone, whatever skin, hell, even the yellow or the purple skin tone, or in Trump terms, the orange skin tone. There's never been anything else besides the perfectly fit character in the Friday the 13th film. So for me,
that's so true.
For me, it's giving equal opportunity for an actor or actress to see him or herself in the film that they've always wanted to be in.
I couldn't agree more there, John. Jason X look was sick for the future look. The idea of him bonding with all that technology and metal. Could you imagine a Jason of that stature?
I feel like in about another 100, maybe 200 years from now, God forbid, we'll be gone by then. But another 100, 200 years from now, they may revisit Jason X, revamp it, redo it better graphics. Oh my God, I thought that's going to be a badass film once they do that one.
You have to admit they gave it a good go.
Real nice touch. Real nice touch. If I were to redo something like that, oh my God, that would take bukus of funds to get that one up and going, because that would be required for a lot of special effects and a lot of CGI with that part. And Jason will look 10 times more phenomenal than what anyone has seen on film.
Absolutely. I'm assuming right. And I'm sure that with the multiverse of Jason, we're going to be doing a lot of more practical style effects.
Yes, everything that we're going to be doing for the multiverse of Jason will be all practical effects through my special effects department. And the head of the department, his name is Hilario Rodriguez. He is the head of the special effects department. So everything that he does is definitely practical effects. And one of his mentors that he studied under is no other than Tom Savini.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, any chance, somebody, you're able to get somebody that has worked under Tom Savini, it's almost like, I'm not going to say it's always going to be a slam dunk, but you're guaranteed the level of artistry to be pretty first rate. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Hilario and the rest of my special effects artists bring to the table for this entire film. Because, like I told them, hey, let's go practical and let's go all out. Like I would rather spend bukus of money on my practical effects and my locations than anything else, because I want that to be very authentic. And Friday the 13th is known for kills. Original kills is exactly what I'm going for. Hey, we may have a few cheap kills, but the original kills are going to be kills that you've never seen in a Friday the 13th film or a fan.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see here. Kyler says, he said, and okay, so my favorite has to be part 7 with Kane, and my second is Jason 8, very spooky, and believe it or not, the remake is my third favorite. I like seeing him play smart and running and setting traps. He felt like he wasn't a mindless killer. And you know what? I can get with that. I really can. I'm actually a fan of that remake. The gentleman that they picked for that did a phenomenal job. I like how they blended part 2 with the Jason we know behind the hockey mask.
Yeah.
Because he starts out in the hood and ends up in the hockey mask. And it's pretty fucking cool to me. I liked it.
I will definitely give mad props to the remake, because those kill scenes and the way in this the way how he attacked, it just like it scared me so much as a kid, to the point like, you know what? I fucked with this Jason. He's setting traps. He's smart. He's fierce and agile. He's very alert. Like, he's not the dumb dim-witted Jason that just stands there and runs to the opposite side while the actors are running the other way. Why are you going that way? Why are you going in circles? Your target is right over there. I still want Jason to kill the damn hockey stick. Kill the hockey stick. Oh my God! You're reading. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. That is actually in my script. Oh my God.
You've heard it here, people.
That is actually
Tyler's
there you go,
dream
Kyle. There's the Easter egg for you. Yes.
Yes, and I am completely excited to be the one to summon old Jason himself. That's going to be so good.
The opening act, yes, that is going to be a phenomenal, dark, gritty, fearsome scene.
I'm bringing hell with me, brother. Guaranteed.
It's going to knock some lights out and bring some spirits in the house.
I promise I won't bring too many with me.
Hey, but that's the realism that we need. Let's bring back actual fear in the horror films.
Absolutely. And it's really kind of funny because I had recently done an interview for my band Iron Serpent, which you're familiar with, and so are everybody out there in Reaperland. Well, apparently I scare people a lot.
What?
Holy mackerel. This is one of those, and I gotta warn you, I'm warning you right now. I'm protected. See? I'm protected. I put together, this is strong juju, brother.
See, that's funny.
Wow.
So it's official.
Man, you get the heebie-jeebies with that one.
I mean, that's the first time I've ever had somebody in an interview tell me that it's fine what you do, but gotta let you know I'm protected.
Makes me want to go grab my crucifix real quick.
The power of Christ compels you. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't scared.
Don't tell Beatrice that.
So, and Kyler is very excited that you're making his dream come true. So we can definitely guarantee that his support for this film will be none other That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm gonna piggyback off that because, like I said, you know what I said when we first did the actual first interview a few months ago. I told you that, you know, where my idea of this film came from. So
yeah,
so going back to what was that 2001, 2002 when Freddy vs. Jason came out.
yes.
And you know, it was so big in theaters. Everybody, you know, everybody saw that Jason won. It's like, did Jason win or did Freddy?
Oh, that's always been the question.
So for my reality, outside of how my film actually will kick off, in my reality, we have, you know, Jason won that fight in 2001.
I think it's evident.
But, you know, Freddy technically won because he was still alive with a wink and a laugh. He could have regenerated his body. Who knows?
You know,
but that's the wonderful idea of the multiverse of Jason. It will take you into the reality of. It will take you to the reality of and make you ponder what if. It will really make you ponder what if it happened this way or what if it happened this way. So in the multiverse of Jason, we have where Jason won that fight, but also for a part 2 that I speculated when I was a kid growing up. What if we had a Jason versus Jason versus Jason?
Wow.
How and they were like, how would you pull that off?
Killers.
I'm pulling 3 different Jasons from 3 different realities. One reality is a reality that we never seen before on film. We've seen it in the video game. We've seen it in the pictures. We've seen it at horror cons. But have you seen it on film? Have you seen him on film? And that's why
it's not a far-fetched idea.
Jason.
It's definitely like it's not a far-fetched idea. That's kind of the beauty of cinema.
Yes.
You know, some people like to call it dreamscapes, or someone is either dreaming this and you see some of these things that are so possible. So, there's no limit to different realms, parallel universes that are working right alongside each other, and suddenly they collide. And I think fans would really love this because, let's face it, the franchise has been down for a long time until, kind of this burst of fan films.
Yeah.
So what did we have? The video game. So we had the video game. Jason was also in, I believe you could get him for Mortal Kombat as well.
Yeah,
so,
Mortal Kombat character, Mortal Kombat 10, no, 11.
Yeah, there we go. So right there, guys, is a whole nother universe. He done they took him out of Crystal Lake and brought him into their fucking verse. So fans love that shit. So what you're giving them, what we are giving them, is kind of like right up their alley, if you ask me. They don't want to see the same, redone thing.
Well, for me, there is a format that we still will follow, because the format you have the typical jock, you have the typical 2 or 3 sluts in the film. You have the cheerleader, you have the wannabe cheerleader, you have the smart aleck black girl, you have the sassy white girl, you have you have the drunk, you have the pothead, you have the jock, and any others who surrounds them. Yeah. Oh, you have the group class clown. So there's your typical, format that you follow right there.
Yeah, only, it's even more so realistic than a lot of those films, because some of the characters were believable and some of them just kind of felt like, maybe they didn't pull it off so well. They're the characters also, we always like to make fun of.
It also comes with, before you start filming, depend on your relationship with your cast and your crew. If you're willing to go above and beyond to get them where they need to be, coach them. If they may have the skills and the necessities, but it's also up to the director to help coach the actors to be to bring out their full potential, even before you yell out lights, camera, action, 1, 2, 3, action. Train your actors up to bring out their fullest potential, to bring your characters, your creation to life, because that's your name on the film, and that's also their names on the film. Now, if the film doesn't do so hot, or your actors don't get credited for their credit in the films because like their performance sucked, well, guess what? Whose fault was that? Help your actors be what you envision, because they will only do so much based on what you instill in them. And for me and my cast members, I've already spoken with them. If you guys want to take some acting courses between now and the time that we start, before we film, this is what you have to do. You have to sit here, take this 2-week course, or sit here, take this 4-week or 6-week course on acting. Learn some tips, learn some acting techniques, some improv classes, whatever you need to better yourself. Do it, because I don't want you in front of this camera embarrassing yourself, because your name is going down on the IMDb credits. Your name is going to opening credits and end credits. Your family, your friends, your loved ones, and your supporters will be watching this film with you in it. So I was gonna, as the director, I'm gonna go above and beyond for my cast and my crew.
Guaranteed, I won't suck.
Darn right you won't at all.
Honestly, I would think, for a lot of the rest of the cast, looking through the franchise is a great educational tool. To really kind of, if they're not familiar with Jason as a killer, to draw some inspiration, And
it's so fun. And it's so funny that you say that, because some of my cast members are not horror fans.
Yeah, there's a lot of times you get that, brother.
There's a lot. Some of my cast members are not horror fans. So it's like nurturing a baby. So bringing them up in the horror industry, showing them all of the work that came before. I keep telling my cast members, hey, there are plenty of films that came out before the one that we are working on right here. You have the actual film series, and you have the fan film series that is out here. And you also have like semi-copycat films of different Friday the 13th films, where it's like not called Friday the 13th. It's like, I forgot the one film. It has not Nico. I forgot the gentleman's name. He was in one of the DC shows, Legends of Tomorrow.
Gotcha.
And he played the Steel character. He was in a film that kind of was like based off Friday the 13th. I forgot the name of the film. Faint memory, but I've watched it twice, but I keep forgetting the name of the film. Good funny film though. Good funny film. But like I told my actors, hey, if you guys are really serious about being part of this production, know your history. Know what you're getting yourself into, because this isn't your typical slasher film. This isn't a film like Scream, or this isn't a film like Halloween or Texas Chainsaw. But I can really
it really is a
like
world
Scream,
of its own.
Scream. Say it again.
I said, yeah, it's really kind of a world of its own.
Absolutely. Like
it's not a Haddonfield.
You have the comedy, you have the teens, and you have the we know it's so predictable because we know it's just a human behind the ghost face mask. Okay, well, right. That. But do you know who's behind the hockey mask? Is it a humanoid Jason? Is it a ghost Jason? Or is it a copycat Jason?
Yeah, so let's face it.
They have to do their history, because to be part of this production, FlashTainment Productions, You have to understand what you're truly getting yourself into, because if you don't understand the film or the content, you will not survive on my set. I'm being very blunt and honest when I say that, because I don't want anyone on my set.
I can totally see that. I get that. It's important. This is a legacy, people. This isn't, taking your Walmart video cam, running out into a forest somewhere and try to make a film. You want to stay, true to the legacy, but offer something different along with it. And I mean, that's why I fell in love with this idea from the jump, because it's something that no one ever thought was possible. And the script writing is just, it's awesome.
Well, that goes out to my writing team. So that's myself, that is my EP, Arkier Burton, and that is my first AD, Amalia Lena. We've all sat and wrote that script, and from our fingers to the board to your hand and everyone else's hand, yes.
Real quick, I love this. Kyler says, I'm a really big horror fan. So when I was younger, I went deep and looked up so much information. There are 3 things that I look into a movie and has to achieve for me, because I took 2 years of photography and a year in film. And those 3 things is writing, acting, the effects, and how it's shot. Man, that's awesome, Kyler, because that's how we all feel too, man.
And I will give mad props to Kyler and any other critique person that is out there. If you know your history with Friday the 13th, or you are a horror lover overall, once we drop this trailer, once we drop the film, all comments are welcome, because guess what? That's me. Rather if it's positive or negative, I'm taking it in and I'm learning it, because I'm going to produce the best fan film, or once I get big enough, original content film for a horror fan.
I'm excited about that.
Oh, the original content, that is in the works, and that is going to be badass after Multiverse of Jason.
Fantastic. I'm definitely glad to hear that, because me as an actor, I like diversity of roles, and I love the fact that I get to start with this, and I'm looking forward to also kind of stepping out, not just as Reaper himself, but I can offer a lot more. And I think a lot of indie actors feel that way. Some kind of get stuck in like one dynamic, but I feel like as a bigger guy, I play any type of killer well, so, or a creature type person as well. So that's really cool to hear. So what was it like when talking to Beatrice about playing such an iconic character?
When I tell you from the very beginning, talking to any celebrity in general, I fanboyed. But when I fanboyed so hard when Beatrice responded to me.
Hopefully you had a tissue.
I'm like, not only did I grow up watching you in the few films that I recognized you in, but the one that stood out to me was Nightmare on Elm Street. And I'm like, okay.
Oh man, the dream child.
I never thought in my life that she would any celebrity would respond to me in general. But when she responded, I fanboyed, I cried, I was on my knees. Now, okay, yeah, this is the Reaper's Underground, but to kind of give a little bit of praise, I was happy. I'm like, thank you. This is the opportunity I've been looking for. Like, I cried tears.
Oh, it had to feel great, And then when you released that information, I was like, I'm going to be in a film with her. Oh, hell yes.
And then,
which was
it
so
was
weird because my wife was just in a film with her called The Dead Place that they had just filmed. So it's like, wow, cool.
I am very excited to work with her. And then, it started off as a cameo with a few cameos for her. But we've spoken, and I've considered, of course, giving her more speaking lines in the film instead of just having a cameo. Because one, that's Beatrice Bopel. Like, why would I not want to give her a few speaking roles besides Jason? There's my good boy, or Mother's talking to you. No, I'm gonna give her a little bit of more, just so that she's still dead, but she's not. She's more dead with more, lines as Pamela Voorhees. And then
because I can remember.
Not only she's the mother of one Jason, but two. She's the mother of two Jasons from two different timelines. The third Jason, we all know his story, so we ain't even gonna get to that part.
Right. John says, I have the Jason mask and 13 in blood inked on me. Well, as a matter of fact, I just got this past weekend.
Oh my God.
Because I'm starting that part of my sleeve now. I'm doing, my favorite iconic characters. And I was like, I saw that. It's not quite done because I do have to get another color in it, but it's a start and I love it.
See, I have a half a sleeve, but mine is Chucky and darker skin. So I got to find the right artist to really color mine in. Let's see. Oh man, see, yeah, Chucky.
Okay, that's awesome.
And he says, "Want to play?" He says, "Want to play?" So yeah.
My wife would absolutely love that. So you'll have to show her after the show.
Absolutely. That one took about 4.5 hours. The stencil part took roughly 30 minutes. Everything else took the rest of the time. Yeah.
Damn, that's a quick artist. Because that's
we had a wild night. We pregame before he started doing the tag. But yeah.
Shadow.
I just have to find the right artist who can, color in on darker skin.
Well, I'll tell you what. We met at that the Chicago Con.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw a lot of artists and their horror designs. And a lot of them were really, really good. Did you?
They are the ones I've spoken to. They are phenomenal, but they're not from Chicago. So it's like if I was to venture out to their hometowns, then yes. But the ones here in Chicago that does horror tattoos, they don't perfect and coloring on darker skin. So I have to find the artist who does perfect on coloring on darker skin.
Well, I'm sure we could probably get you in touch with some people that might do it, a lot better. So we'll definitely keep up with that. And Kyler says, see, I might get some hate for this, but I don't like it when Mother talks. And I like to think his mother is more of a silent watcher in his head. That's a very interesting perspective. I like that.
But mother is the reason why he's killing in the first place.
For sure. It's a driving force. It's almost like her severed head is immortal.
Yeah, I like that. But you know who also is immortal?
Jason himself.
Not just that Jason, but the immortal Jason Brooks. Now he's an immortal person.
Absolutely. So let's talk a minute about the current campaign that you have going on for the pre-production. Let's get that back up there for a second. Currently, there is a GoFundMe. There's the address, and I've put it out there quite a bit to all my demons and fans of the films that it does not matter what you donate. Anything and everything helps.
Absolutely.
So, as you know, and it's not just for this, but you know, we're going to also talk about Indiegogo here in a few moments. That no matter if you donate to the GoFundMe or the Indiegogo, as all independent film always raises funds this way to bring you the best we got and the stuff that you want to see. I'm going to show you a couple of the perk items that you can get from me, which is this right here, made by Poison Valley Clothing. I think it's an amazing shirt. You will get that from me. All you have to do is take a photo, screenshot it that you donated to this film, and you will get one of these bad boys. Or one of my favorite designs by Ferrara Drawing and Digital Art, the Reaper King of Demons design, which is one of my personal favorites. So these are some of the perks,
almost
guys.
Got the Lucifer feel to it.
Yes, I know. And it's like, holy shit. All I did was give a couple of ideas and they just ran with it. And I mean, I fell in love with it. I own a tank top of it, a t-shirt. It's like,
Indeed. Oh my God.
It's like it literally leapt out of my brain onto print. So those of you out there, you know, all you great folks out there in Reaper's Land and FlashTainment, you donate, you let me know, you send it to me, I will post it and definitely get you a special Reaper's Underground package just for you. So how do you feel that's going so far?
Well, for the GoFundMe campaign, even like I said, it's the pre-production campaign to help us make the best, I can say, trailer for the film. Also, you know, no matter how big or small the donation can be, it is all going towards the production, and it will help us to make the best content that you, as the horror fan, would love to see from this particular Friday the 13th film. Help us make the best and the ultimate Friday the 13th fan film possible, where we have not only one, not two, but three Jasons in one film. Multiverse of Jason. Friday the 13th fan film.
Hell yeah. So we will definitely give you more details. So once I had that up there, and if anybody missed it, I can always put it out there in the chat where that GoFundMe is. So whether it's $10, $20, $50, 100, whatever you feel you want to donate, we appreciate that shit. And anyone watching right now, share this broadcast out. Share it out anywhere and everywhere. Because, you know, you never know. There could be fans of the franchise that just doesn't even know that this is happening yet. So the more we can share it out, the better. And we're going to take a quick commercial break to my brother, who designed that first shirt that you saw. And he is an original horror digital artist known as Poison Valley Clothing. Check that shit out. Yeah.
Wow.
If you're a horror fan and you have a great idea for a design, all you have to do is message him on Facebook, and let me tell you, he will knock that shit out. I'd say probably about 6 months ago to a year, he created the Zombie Reaper design. That shit was stellar. So get with him, check him out. Poison Valley Clothing on Facebook. We are back with Maurice McCoy Jr., the purveyor of this multiverse of Jason, which is going to be such a great film. Let's talk a little bit about some of the surprises that you got coming up for this film.
All right. Well, as we spoke about earlier, we spoke about Miss Patrice Bopel. The second surprise that we have that may be new to others, we have none other than Bugsy Hoffa in the film. And he is playing my deputy, Nico Anderson, who is a lovable husband, father, and cop or deputy in the film. He is a martial artist himself, and his son is also following under his wing as a young martial artist in the film. So as Bugsy is playing Deputy Nico Anderson, he is the second deputy under the sheriff, who's being played by Jordan Bell as Sheriff Tiana Fenton. Sheriff Tiana Fenton is the second generation officer from the Fenton family line of officers. So there's a whole backstory. Backstory is going to come from her character in the film. But Mr. Bugsy Hoffa, it was a interesting and another fanboy moment that I had.
So did you ask him, or did he express?
No. So if you go back to Vengeance Part 1, the director of that, Mr. Jeremy Brown. Jeremy Brown told me about Bugsy, and I didn't believe Jeremy when he said, how Bugsy would love to be involved with the film. He just said, hey, reach out to Bugsy, shoot him, tell him about the film, offer him, roles in the film, and see which one he wants to take. And it was all sweet. After that, like when he said, Aubrey, give me a few days to read over the script, and he said he liked the script, and he told me to give him a character. He's like, hey, give me a character. I'll bring it to life. We'll get a great film. We'll shoot the shits and enjoy the production. Hey, you got me. May not be exactly how he said it, but
well, sure.
I got the heart for the man, and he's all in for the project, and I cannot wait to start shooting with him once we begin production. Because right now we are in pre-production, so we are, like I said, we are doing the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is the prelude to the Indiegogo that we will be launching next month. Do I have a set date for that, for the trailer, for the Indiegogo campaign to go live? You guys will, we're gonna have another update coming sometime next week once we are done shooting our Indiegogo pitch trailer this weekend.
Hell yeah. I'm sure everyone is definitely excited. I know I'm excited personally to see how that trailer comes out. Kyler, so good. He says, I'm calling it now. Bugsy dies. He has a family. He's a cop, and he knows how to fight. We all know what happened last time. Some tried to fight Jason with their fist. And yes, we definitely know how that ended.
Well, in terms of Vengeance 1 and in the video game, hey, I got a bat. I ain't fucking with no bears. Well, look how that turned out for you, Bugsy. You died. Oh man.
And that's such an interesting thing. Celebrities all the time are like, you know what? kill me in this film. I would love to die by so-and-so's hand just to say I fucking did it. You know what I mean? Even aspiring actors, actresses are that way too. So have you kind of come across that as far as why, certain people, you just recently held auditions for additional cast members. So was that kind of like a little bit of the vibe you got from some of them, especially if they weren't necessarily horror actors?
So a lot of my cast members, once they've actually some actually did their research, and they said, I would love to die by the hands of Jason. And I said,
I knew it.
Why? Why do you want to die at the hands of Jason? They was like, well, who wouldn't want to be killed by the killer? I said, you gotta have an off-screen death. You gotta have an accidental death where you do a dumb fall and you kill yourself by accident. They were like,
and we've seen that. Oh, we've definitely seen that.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me of the Three Stooges, Moe, Larry, and Curly. How did you trip over that? No. Come on now, Curly. How?
Because, how many times have we seen in some of these Friday the 13th movies where somebody's like, okay, I'm here, everything's good, and, I'm going to go, get the car, secure the car, we're going to get away. And they go out there and die by some mishap, like they twist their ankle and fall down, or they break their leg, and they're like, oh, sorry, they ain't going to be able to help you now.
Well, luckily for this film, without giving anything away,
right?
Let's just say a lot of these characters do things the smart way and strategic way. I mean, some do still follow the format, but others have a very strategic plan on how to survive in a horror film. Thanks to Randy Meeks in Scream 1. There are rules to surviving a scary movie. And one of the rules I definitely agree with, don't do drugs, don't have sex, never say you'll be back.
Now, how do you feel about that, looking into, this script? Because, those rules applied so much of the franchise, because counselors were always intermingling and conjoining. So can you expect some of these things in this film?
Oh yes, and I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this one, but going back to the beginning of this podcast episode, there was the question that was like, which movie is your favorite? For me, I have to go with parts 5, part 7, and part 8. Why now? Why would you say part 5? I get that a lot. Like, that is so, sleazy.
A lot of people were pissed off at that one.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of sleaziness, and they didn't understand the copycat aspect of the film. For me, it is the art. They went a different direction. They gave us, it started off with a Halloween vibe for part 1. You kind of knew who the killer was, but then it turned out to be, it wasn't Jason Voorhees, it was Pamela Voorhees. But for Halloween, it was Michael from beginning to end. And, Halloween, it didn't have, a scary film. There wasn't much, teenage promiscuous sex, premarital sex, or a nudity. Part 5 of Friday the 13th gave you exactly what they wanted, what the teenagers wanted back then. They wanted to see what it actually felt like in a horror film. You have sex, do you die? You smoke, do you die? You drink, do you die? You party, do you die? Yes. So for this film, it does follow some of the aspects of part 5 with a little bit of the sleaziness, but with more hope and more smartness from the actors, from the characters that we see who will make it through the end. You're either going to be a dead fuck or you're going to be the final guy or the final girl. I will not give any away. That is up to you to find out as the critic of the film when it does release.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that's probably, on some people's minds, as far as, with the way horror films are just killing it at the moment. A lot of them involve a final girl or a final guy. So is that something that, fans of this genre can kind of look forward to?
And then, the whole twist part
without giving too much away.
Without I give too much away. So I want to speak on the cast members that I've chose for this film. Now, a lot of people may not agree with, well, why did you cast this person, or why did you cast that person, or why is there so many dark people in your film? Well, like I said, for me, my production company, and if I were to read my mission statement for my production company, my production company is an equal opportunity for everyone, not just the people of the Caucasians or just the Caucasians, as you will see in any Friday the 13th film, because you'll see more Caucasians than you would African American, or you'll see Caucasians than you will see like a Caucasian with a Japanese name or a Caucasian with a Mexican name. Well, I'm expanding and opening the doors to anyone who has the serious acting abilities to want to be on film, because once again, my production company, FlashTainment Productions, is an equal opportunity for everyone. That E in FlashTainment, which is capital E, stands out for equal opportunity, everyone, and empower. So no matter of your color of your skin, no matter your race, no matter your ethnicity, or no matter of your pronoun, now that we live in that kind of era with the pronouns, I welcome you and I open my doors to you on my production. Hey, if you want to be an actor or an actress, let's see what you got.
Absolutely. It transcends, all talent. There's always somebody and somebodies that will stand out.
Yeah, and I feel like, my film, due to the times that we live in, like, people also spoke to me about, hey, why don't you stick with the film being set in the 80s or in the 90s? No, I don't want to. I want to do a modern. I want to do.
It's overdone.
Not to imitate the new Texas Chainsaw that came out, I believe, last year with Jacob Lattimore in it. I want my direction film to go modern day. So my Friday the 13th film, Multiverse of Jason, yes, it is set in modern day. So we are in 2023 when the film takes place. So think about it, with all the lingo that's going around, with the technology that's going around. Yes, it is included in the film, with some old nostalgic moments, of course.
Yeah, because even in the remake, there was that nostalgia. But at the same time, they were able to cross into modern times, but have elements that still were from those original films. And there's no reason that can't happen here also. So, having a multiverse, having 3 different Jasons, sure, you're going to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But here's the thing, though. It's going to bring the pain 3 times harder.
Yes, absolutely.
Kyler says, okay, I want to point this out. I really want the movie to end with killer or monster to win. I was so upset when Prey came out and the Predator died. I would like for once the bad guy wins. We don't get that anymore. And you know what? I have felt that way. This is why I always put the hashtag Reaper anti-hero, because I am always for the bad guy. I can't help it. Sometimes it's kind of cool with a depending upon the subgenre of horror. Sometimes you do want the heroine to win, but I was always that kid. I was like, "Ugh, get them, yeah," because most of those people were fucking assholes, or they kind of deserve. It's like, everyone who always was like, "I'm better than you," in whatever dynamic, whether it be school or teenager or, that college group of kids that you just want to give the elbow to. It's like, yeah, we got that bastard. Hell yeah. You know what I mean?
And you said the key word of the film, college kid. So any typical Friday the 13th film you see, we have either the adults or the teenagers. So for this film, we have college kids who are now the modern day Camp Crystal Lake, not Camp Forest Green, but Camp Crystal
I hated
Lake
that
counselors.
name. Camp Forest Green. Suck a fucking show. It's Camp Blood, god damn it.
Also, for Kyler, for anybody like Kyler or any other fans that we do have watching this right now, I will definitely tell you that there is a lot of Easter eggs in this film that you will have to have a keen eye to investigate in this film that leads to the end of the multiverse of Jason. But if you want to know how the film will go about, I will recommend that as a horror guru, please, 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 and not to be taking anything from James Brown, but please, 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 watch Peter Anthony's Friday the 13th Roseblood. And that is all that I would say on that part.
And that was such a great film. Totally was. Kyler says, yes, Easter eggs.
Great. So like I said, to get a more in-depth feel to how the multiverse of Jason will go, definitely watch Peter Anthony's Roseblood. Shout out to Peter Anthony. Shout out to Sanaya Losis. Shout out to Sean Lotus. Shout out to Brent Edgett. Shout out to the entire cast and crew of Friday the 13th Roseblood. You guys are phenomenal over at that Peter Anthony Productions, Peter Anthony Studio, Peter Anthony's project. You guys are phenomenal. I love the entire cast and crew. Thank you, Peter Anthony, for being one of my supporters for the multiverse of Jason. Shout out to all of my predecessors who came before me. To go down the line, I will name a few, but there's plenty of you guys. We have Vincent DeSanti, we have Jeremy Brown, Jason Brooks, we have CJ Vecchio, we have Jason Pitts, we have James Grimm, we have Brandon Timmons with the Last Nightmare Part 2. We have Steve Merlo with Texas Chainsaw. We have James Dean with, I believe it's the Christmas XXX. So many people who came before me with the fan films, even if they had a small input with any Friday the 13th fan film out there, to all of my predecessors before me. Thank you guys, for paving the way.
Exactly. And everybody out there in Reaper land, let me tell you, we are the most humble motherfuckers in the world. It's not that, we do this for ourselves. We're doing it for the fans. And the Jason franchise in particular happens to have one of the most diehard fans of all time. Not to say that, the Nightmare on Elm Street fans or the Halloween fans don't have diehard fans, but, the Jason fans are just so fucking special. And we're looking forward to giving you the best production possible. Maurice, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight.
Yes.
And giving these great updates as we move forward. And the new trailer coming up soon is going to be phenomenal.
Last bit of news I do want to give you on that. So I know I've talked to you a few months ago. I told you that we were going to be shooting in August. So
yes.
the filming date for that has been postponed till next year. But it is still coming. We're giving more time to have a structural production. I want to deliver the best, or should I say the ultimate Friday the 13th that'll knock your socks off with a crowd reaction of what the fuck, and an impressive what the fuck did I just watch? This shit blew my socks off. If this production does not blow your socks off, I will personally send each and every viewer a video, a commentary video, personally saying, hey, I apologize that I did not deliver the best and ultimate fan film for you, but I'm going to take my time and strategically strategize this film the right way so you guys, as the Friday the 13th fans, will be very impressed with my work.
Absolutely. And there's nothing more than, anybody could ask for it. Like I said, legions of fans, generations of fans. So, it may be a fan film, but at the end of the day, we want to bring you something different, better, something that will shock you, get you at your core, and have you standing on your feet.
In the words of Scorpion, it's going to rock you like a hurricane.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Maurice, for joining us tonight. And we will constantly be giving you more updates on this film, especially when that trailer comes out.
Yes.
And next year, it's on.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So as you're getting ready to watch maybe, I don't know, any one of the Jason films, 1 through 8, maybe the remake, the most important thing to remember is stay heavy.